Hi, everybody. It is Wednesday, and our lesson today is going to be a short one, I promise. We don't have live classes on Wednesday, but I did put out some content in order to keep pace. We're going to do the exact same thing that we did yesterday with adding and subtracting decimals, but we're doing real world problems. Okay? I don't like calling them word problems because that kind of scares people. They're really not. They're just like real problems. And that's what we're in math for, is to learn how to solve real problems. So our first one here says Akira is buying the items shown for her kitchen. Right done. She's buying a mixing bowl, spatula, measuring cups. So the first thing I want to get out of your head is that a lot of people get confused when they see the words and the numbers and all this. Just make it real to yourself, right? Make it try and do the best you can to make it make sense to you. So for example, we're talking about Kira here. She's buying some stuff, right? That's it. She's just buying stuff. And what she's buying is listed there. Those prices matter, but let's not worry about that for a second. The question says, will $35 be enough to purchase them? Okay, now we're talking about the numbers. So in order to figure out if she has enough money to buy those items, we have to figure out how much those items cost. Well, it says it right there. $14.95 for the mixing bowl, $8.49 for the spatula, and $10.75 for the measuring cups. Now, in order to find out if she's got enough money to buy all three of those items, we have to figure out which operation we need to do to get those numbers together. Operations are addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Well, we can cancel out two of those right now. We can cancel out subtraction and division because subtracting these numbers or dividing those numbers would reduce them down, but we're trying to see if she's got enough money to cover the full cost of all three of them. So really the only options are addition and multiplication. But multiplication is repeated addition, and none of these are the same prices. So we're not repeatedly adding the same of anything. So the only one that makes sense is to add these all up and see, did they cost $35 or more? If they cost more than $35, if she doesn't have enough money to buy them. So what we need to do is add them all up. So I'm going to give you guys an opportunity right now to go ahead and pause the video, add them up yourselves, and see if you get it right. And then unpause it, and then you'll see me solve it and see how you did. I'm just going to. Already lined up for me. I was going to go ahead and line them up here. The hundredths place is lined up here, and 5, 9, and 5 add together to make 1, 9, 4, and 7 add up to make 21. And then the ones place added together, 2, 8, and 4, 2 and 8 make 10 plus 4 is 14. And then 1, 1, and 1 make 3. So if you were to add the mixing bowl, spatula, and measuring cups costs all together, the total will be $34.19. And so now we refer back to the original question. Let's see if we can answer it. Will $35 be enough to buy those? So if Kira went in and she had $35 and all those things cost $34.19, does she have enough? Absolutely she has enough, because $35 is more than $34.19. So the answer to this question will be yes. Kira has enough money to buy all three items because they add up to less than $35. We got just one more question. I would like you guys try this one on your own, and then we'll reconvene here and then see how you did. So go ahead, pause the video, try this one on your own. And when you come back to me, let's do it. A hat costs $10.95. The hat's $10.95 and the t-shirt's $14.20. How much change will you receive if you pay for both items with a $50 bill? So, okay, wait. Before we go anywhere, I know that I'm buying these two items. I'm buying both of them. So what's a great thing to do if you know you're buying two things? What would I do with the prices of those two things? I'm going to add them together. I'm going to add $10.95 and $14.20. I want to see how much these two things are going to cost me, right? Before I go and pay for it. 5. Those two things together are going to cost me $25.15, which makes sense because like $10 and $15 makes 25. So that's reasonable to me. So it's going to cost me $25.15. But the question was, how much change will I get back if I pay with a 50? So I hand them a $50 bill, and then they'll hand me back some money because obviously it doesn't cost full $50. The question is, how much will they hand me back? What operation would I be doing? Well, what happens when you spend money? Do you add, subtract, multiply, or divide your money? You sure as heck don't add it when you're spending it. It goes away. So you're going to be subtracting your money, unfortunately. That's what happens when you buy stuff. So you take $50. What we're really looking at here is 50 minus this money that we're spending right here, right? 25, 15. And somebody asked me yesterday, well, Mr. Johnson, which number goes on top, the bigger or the smaller one? Well, that doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. What really matters is what number comes first. It's 50 minus that. So you have to put the 50 on top. So I'm going to do 50. And we'll put my 2 zeros because I know I got to line up the decimals because you can only add or subtract same places. Tens, ones, tenths place, and hundredths place right there. Now if I subtract these, I should find out how much change I get back. And I have a pretty good estimate of how much change I'm going to get back because 50 minus, that looks like 25 bucks. I should get about 25 bucks back, right? Because it's half of it. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract. I'm going to have to do a lot of borrowing here. I'm going to do it quickly. Subtract there. Because 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 1 is 8. 4, and 4 minus 2 is 2. And it looks like I'm going to get $24.85 back in change. And that's a reasonable answer because I estimated I was going to get back 25 bucks anyway. So that's about that. That's a reasonable answer. And that is correct. Hopefully you guys did good. And if you didn't, that's okay too. Hopefully you found your mistake. You have 3 questions today. That's it. Just 3 questions for me and you're done. I'll see you guys on Thursday.